pond revolver after all the boiling has been done. You can see this has taken on a really nasty finish. A lot of the parts are very orange, but that's what you want to see. That's a sign that the conversion's been working, this bright orange. Um, it looks like it might have been pulled at the bottom of a river, but once you get this thing all carded up with a carding wheel, it's a very fine wired wheel. It's not a wire wheel in a traditional sense. It's much finer than that. You can get them from Brownells. They're specifically for refinishing and rust bluing. And that's what we're doing here, rust bluing. So once I get this hit with the carding wheel for the big stuff, and all the little parts here, they'll be done with a Dremel and a vinyl brush on the Dremel. You get a slightly better idea of how rusty this thing is. And that's the magic of this stuff. So I'll be back in a little bit, and you'll be able to see the finished carded process, and then we'll go from there. Reassembly. Oakley dokley. We're back with the pond. I've done the major carding I can do with the wheel. The wheel's rather large. It looks a little more orange on screen than it does in person, but you can still see there's areas deep down in here that need to be carded still. Small areas up in here around the barrel there, up under the strap needs some carding still. And of course, all the small parts hammer pretty good. There's little areas up in there. I'll go to the second shot for you guys so you have a better idea. So here's that side plate that looked pretty bad. Pretty cleaned out. There's still some areas up in here that need some cleaning. I'll go back to the frame. So you can see it still needs cleaning up in there. But all in all, it's kind of back. I'll have some photos of before and after for you guys so you can see the difference between rust and conserved finish. All the small parts all need to be carded using the Dremel. So what we're going to do is go back to the wide shot, and I'll give this a pause and come back when I got the Dremel ready. All right, got the Dremel ready. This is the nylon brush. Do not use metal, particularly the steel. It's overkill. You don't need it. You can do this with a toothbrush even. So I like to use two. This one is for general purpose, just getting the large areas. And this fine one here, you can see it's already been kind of nubby down. This is for getting deep inside the recesses, like up in these little areas here where, you know, the brush just isn't going to do it. So I'll give you an example of what happens when you use this. So here's a nice rusty little piece. Pinch it in your fingers. Alrighty, it's looking pretty good. I'll go to the close-up shot for you. I'll turn that down a bit. So you can do this with a toothbrush, so you don't need a tremendous amount of force. Just brushing the rust off the surface. cleaned up. What's up? Always better to over oil and over grease than under. Let me get you a close-up of some of these parts here. See, no more orange. Back to silver, and the close-ups will show that whatever was orange before, whatever was brown rust, is now black. All right. The Pond Revolver is clean and ready for reassembly.